Hi. Well, good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. Let me just start by apologizing for being a few minutes late. Traffic was horrendous from where I was coming from. And that's a good thing, because it means jobs. Because it was bad, not because the trees fell last night, but because of construction. And that is always really good. It means we're putting people to work. But today we are here having a great time, I'm sure we will, to celebrate Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. This is such a fun event because the month recognizes people from so many unique and really fascinating, interesting places. Places like Indonesia, China, Korea, Taiwan, Fiji, Samoa, Polynesia, and the Hawaiian Islands. Did I say China? I'm sure I did, but if I didn't, I did now. But anyway, the individuals that we're honoring here today represent some of Chicago's very best. They are humanitarians, community organizers, advocates, and business leaders, all working to preserve their cultures and help the next generation become successful. I'd like to tell you a little bit about each one of them, and then we're going to have our guests come up and say a few words. What we're going to do is I will speak about them, and then when I'm done, I will give you a little certificate, and then I'm going to ask you to follow me right in between these flags, okay? We're going to take some really nice pictures, and then you're going to say a few words. So if you didn't think you were going to, you are going to, yes. Okay, so our first honoree is Gulshanbek Ravshanbek. I call him Beck. He's the founder and CEO of Expo, that's the Central Asian Business Expo. Beck is the founder and CEO of the Central Asian Business Expo, which is a groundbreaking initiative that brings together entrepreneurs, industry leaders, and government officials to strengthen economic ties and empower immigrant business communities across the United States. I've been to this event the past 2 years, and I can tell you that it's a wonderful opportunity to share ideas, to form partnerships, and begin new friendships. It's such a great resource for the Asian community, and he's really growing this exponentially, so very proud of Beck. Beck's originally from Central Asia and is now based in Chicago. He's known for his passionate work in building bridges between cultures and industries. Through Expo, he has created a powerful platform for networking, education, and advocacy, especially focusing on uplifting trucking, logistics, tech, and small business sectors led by Central Asian Americans. Beyond business, Beck is deeply committed to community service. He actively organizes cultural events, educational workshops, youth mentorship, and resource sharing initiatives to support the Uzbek, Kyrgyz, Kazakh, Tajik, and Turkmen communities throughout the U.S. And he is from Uzbekistan specifically. Now, Beck's specialty is promoting unity and economic empowerment, and he aims to lead with vision, faith, and dedication to the growth of his community. Beck, it is so wonderful to have you here. We're truly honored to get to recognize all of the hard work that you're doing on behalf of so many in your different communities. But please come up. We'd love to hear about you and the work that you do. Thank you. Okay, that's for you. Are we okay, Eric? More this way? Yep. And then hold that like that. Okay. Go ahead up, please. We'll take another one when we're done.
Well, hello everyone. It's a great honor to be here. First of all, I would like to thank Honorary Susana Mendoza for honoring us today. Being first American and representing diverse communities in Chicago is not going to be easy. Every one of us who came here for the first time, they definitely experienced it. And being accepted and honored is a true privilege to us. Going forward, we promise to keep working and supporting each other because our main goal is to share what values we provide to this country. Our background, our religious and cultural background, which is truly deserves a respect from all different types of communities and cultures and we are paying back. As of today, Central Asian community is dedicated, and we are staying here in Illinois to invest more. We had a lunch a few days ago with Susana Mendoza, where I was telling, like every single business owner, starting from a small business up to the enterprise level, each individual in our community, after doing a thorough investigation and the statistical research, they invested from $500,000 up to $15 million each, which combines over $50 million invested in the buildings, in people, in opening small stores, restaurants, and other types of tech businesses. So one more time, thank you so much for honoring us, and you have a great day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, we appreciate you. Thank you. And we're very excited because Gulshanbek, or Beck, as we know him, he's going to be leading a delegation of other folks from his community along with our office to Southern Illinois. And we're going to showcase the opportunities that exist in that region of the state for expansion and further growth in the area from his community. So I just think it's very exciting times. And I'm especially proud of him because the resources that he said that his community has invested in Illinois specifically have all happened on their own through the grit and tenacity of what their immigrant mentality is. They have not received a penny of funding from the state or from the feds. It's just been these families coming together and exercising their entrepreneurial spirit, which truly is what makes America the amazing melting pot that it is and the successful economy that it is. So we're very proud and just looking to see how we can further connect dots for him and his community to see their growth continue to help them, but also the beautiful state of Illinois. So thank you, Beck. Our next honoree is Sadruddin Noorani, stellar community organizer and amazing human being. Sadruddin Noorani is a prominent business and real estate investor with a diverse background in legal and medical interpretation. He's multilingual, proficient in Bengali, in Gujarati. Did I say that correctly? No, I didn't, did I? Did I? Gujarati? Is that how you say it? Okay. Hindi and Urdu. He actively engages in community service, volunteering with the Asian American community, and participating in various nonprofit organizations. Notably, Sadruddin served on the Chicago Public School Council from 1989 to 2002, a long tenure for sure. Sadruddin's community service has earned recognition from numerous organizations and government entities, but he remains modest and is ready to give more of his time and expertise. Sadruddin also works with my office as a member of the advisory collective of the Office of Illinois Comptroller. He is truly a valued advisor and has really over the years now become a valued friend. So Sadruddin, I know you probably don't like all the attention, but please get up here for a picture and to share a little bit more of your history.
Thank you, the Honorable Susana Mendoza, our State Comptroller, a wonderful friend and leader of the community, definitely. And I want to thank all the awardees, past, present, and probably in the future, and all their visions, work, and care for others, which create resources for their communities in expressive and generative ways. So I've been with the Comptroller's office since 1999 when the Dan Hines was the Comptroller, and then Judy Bartopinka, and now here.
They were great, but I'm your favorite, right?
And they won't let me go. So the thing is, the office, what they provide, the services and the resources, it's our job to bring it to the community on one-on-one. Everything is in website, but still sometimes the community do need consultation on one-on-one, and also the office is so excessive that you can reach out to just any staff member, and it's so easy to talk to, and they're so responsive. Within hours, you get the response. So when community needs something from you, if they call, it may take hours or days, but through our organization, we get it done within hours, few hours.
That's right.
So it's very nice of you to do that, and good staff, and you have all. They're very cordial, nice to talk to them. They're only a phone call away. Everybody gives up their own personal and work phone numbers, so it's easy to reach out.
Good job, security guys.
So that's all, and thank you again for the nomination. I usually do not accept the awards. Those who know me, I always decline, but when I got called from her office, I couldn't say no.
Thank you. But don't leave yet, because I know this was not part of the program, but you have to tell everybody how you got, remember when you got left behind, and that's how you stayed here? Please share that story. It's so good. This is like the best story you'll ever hear. Go for it.
It was in many TVs and a newspaper and different electronic media as well. I never wanted to come to America. It was not my dream that I will come and settle here. I used to work in merchant Navy, and one time my ship came here in San Diego in 1981. It was December 23rd, and it was anchored about a mile away from the shore because we didn't know where we would be going. We came from Mexico, and it's the next destination we didn't know where we'll be heading. So in the evening, after work is done, we go out. The boat would come and take us out in different shifts, because in every merchant ship there are 3 shifts, and every shift is 4-hour shifts only, so you have to work 2 shifts, complete your 8 hours. So I completed my shift, and then few friends, we went out, and when we came back, our ship was gone. It happened. So and I had only $60 in my pocket, total $60. So when I spent few bucks there in the restaurant when we were eating, and then when I returned, so the ship was not there. So we 3 people got stranded without having anything, and it was then it was the 24th of December, next day, and no crew at the dock in the shipyard. No people, no customs, no immigration.
Because of the holiday.
It was holiday, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. So then we all 3 of us went back to the restaurant where we ate, and we begged them that, please, can you help us do something for us. So they wouldn't know us, who we are, but then we slept on the floor in that restaurant at that night. And then next day we came back again, and we found nobody. It's Christmas Day, and ship is gone. Where it's gone, we don't know. So then I called. Those days we didn't have cell phone. We didn't have, phone was not easy to communicate with. Then I contacted somebody in Chicago, and the person says, if you don't have money, how are you going to come? You have to take a bus. So I took a Greyhound bus. I paid $12. I bought a loaf of bread and a glass of water, and I dipped that loaf of bread for 3 days. It was 2-day drive, ride from San Diego to Chicago, and that's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days. That's how I came, and then I wanted to go back. I didn't have no identification, so my consulate would not give me a passport to travel. It took me 6 months. So by then, I started working cleaning somebody's snows and cleaning cars and things like that. And then I got settled somehow, because I had no way to go back. So that's how I got settled. And then this is my home, sweet home.
So from Merchant Marine to being stranded to becoming one of the greatest leaders in our state, I think it's an awesome story, and I'm glad you shared it. So he's the best. Sadruddin is such an amazing person. And when I first heard that story, I was fascinated. I'm like, what? And most people maybe would have gone back, but he fell in love with America, and he's been a public servant. his entire life that he's been here. So thank you for your service again, Sadruddin. Okay, now we are moving on. We'll move our attention to our next honoree, who is San Oh, Executive Director of Southeast Asia Center. And San Oh, as well, has such an interesting story. She was born to an ethnic Chinese family in Vietnam and stayed in 2 refugee camps, one in Guam and one in Fort Chaffee, Arkansas, before settling in New York City in 1975. She attended Columbia University, earning a degree in anthropology, and the University of Chicago, where she pursued a master's degree in social work. The kindness, generosity, and humanitarianism that San experienced in New York City inspired her to give back to the community. Since arriving in the U.S., San has been deeply involved in assisting refugees and immigrants transition to their lives in a new country. This includes translating, teaching immigrants about American culture, and accessing the education and the healthcare systems, as well as so many other resources. San co-founded the Southeast Asia Center, a not-for-profit, tax-exempt community service organization in Chicago, which has evolved from an entirely volunteer-run organization to one that provides child care services for children from birth to 12 years old, also provides adult in-home care services and congregate dining programs for seniors. English as a second language is also something that she provides through her organization, as well as citizenship training. And they're also a very incredible family-oriented human services program facility that is changing people's lives every day through their dedication. San has been recognized for her tireless efforts of commitment to helping others. She was featured in the Profiles of Distinction series by her alma mater, the University of Chicago School of Social Service Administration, as part of the school's centennial celebration in 2008. And she's also been recognized as one of the top 10 individuals in the Chicago Chinese Yearbook of 2010. San, thank you so much for your leadership and for all the help that you've provided to so many families in our city and across our state, and your lifetime of dedication to people based on your experience of being helped by others as well. Way to keep it moving forward. And please come up and be recognized. So we'll come back here, and there you go. Right there? Okay. We tilt it down so it doesn't shine. Thank you, Sen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. This is a surprise. This is a surprise gift for my 50th anniversary. In this country. When I first left the 2 refugee camps and I arrived in New York City. In 1975, yesterday, May 15. I was in Manhattan, but I was not struck by any of the skyscrapers around me. I was not struck by the plentifulness in this country. Actually, I was not even struck by the freedom of the country that people look for. You know what impressed me most? the humanitarianism, the good-heartedness of people, of Americans. Or the pouring out, concern, support, help, all of that made me change my profession. Not only my life, but my profession, from being an adult educator to social worker. Every one of us, young or old, rich or poor, there's a moment in our life that we need help. We need support from others. It's very important to keep that spirit. Let's remember to lend a hand. Let's remember to lend an ear. Let's remember to lend a smile. To anyone, whether you know them or not. That's the spirit of America. Let's do that to make a better community for the United States of America. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Was that the most beautiful thing? I mean, who's got a dry eye in here? No one. That was so beautiful. And her message was so timely. I mean, honestly, all about helping others and lending a helping hand and lending a smile and lending an ear. But San, you've lent your heart to the entire community for your entire life. And so that was very, very touching. And again, thank you for everything you've done to epitomize the most beautiful aspect of what America is and is always supposed to be. So thank you. It was a wonderful and very powerful, strong reminder of who this country is and who we strive to always be. So thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. Okay, our final honoree is Eileen Chin. Eileen Chin is president and CEO of RM Chin and Associates, or Chin. She's a second-generation owner of the project and construction management firm, overseeing tremendous growth since taking the helm as president in 2014. Chin opened its doors in 1989, building the business on integrity, trust, and an unwavering commitment to exceeding their clients' expectations. The company provides expert management and engineering consulting services for leading public and private entities in the transportation, aviation, and building sectors, and is a certified disadvantaged minority women business enterprise. Eileen is a hands-on leader who is passionate about developing her team, women in STEM, woohoo, girl power, yes, I love it, and advancing infrastructure and transportation projects and programs. Now, Eileen doesn't just run a company. She also lends her time and expertise to several groups. She serves as commissioner on Illinois Governor Pritzker's Blue Ribbon Commission on Transportation Infrastructure Funding and Policy, is the director of the Metropolitan Planning Council, and is also a board member for the Illinois Road and Transportation Builders Association's Planning and Design Division. But wait, there's more. I don't know, when do you do all this, woman? Eileen has been a contributor, sponsor, and advocate of WTS, which used to be called the Women's Transportation Seminar, co-hosted the 2015 WTS International Conference, and currently serves on the Greater Chicago Chapter Advisory Board. She's also involved in her community, serving as a board director for the Chinese American Service League, and previously the Chinatown Chamber of Commerce. And there's more. Eileen works with several nonprofit organizations, including the Boards of Navy Pier and the Chicago Sinfonietta. Eileen is a communications strategist, especially in the aviation industry. She oversaw the communications programs for the historic redevelopment of Midway International Airport. She also worked with former Mayor Richard M. Daley's aviation team to advance the O'Hare Modernization Program and other transportation-related efforts. Eileen, Finally. I'm sure we left out probably just half of the rest of the stuff you do, but please come on up for a photo, and we'd love to hear you say a few words. Thank you so much for your leadership. Wow. Here you go. We're going to turn it down a little so you can see it.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the recognition. I'm especially humbled, especially following my fellow honorees, and I want to thank you for being such great leaders and of the work that you do. My parents came to this country in 1958, and as immigrants, they were, it was the community that allowed them to succeed. And the value of community and the value of giving back was instilled in me at a very young age. And so while we talk about the work that I do on a day-to-day, what I'm most proud of is the work that I try to do in the community and try to instill in my children the importance of inclusion and diversity and giving back to the communities where they work and live. Just a few things I think of note. Asian Americans have contributed immeasurably to our nation and our community. And in this month, it's not just a time of reflection, but a powerful reminder of the strength that we find in diversity. As we celebrate Asian American Heritage Month, let us continue to honor the traditions, the triumphs, and the talents that shape all of our communities. Thank you, Comptroller, so much for this and for being a champion of inclusion. We need it now more than ever. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Well, I think you will all agree with me that this year's honorees are just spectacular. The contributions that they're making. And Eileen, to your point, we need to be unapologetic about our support for our immigrant communities. They are truly the lifeblood of this country. They built it. They've left their hard work, their sweat, their tears, their lives in many respects, either building or defending this country. And so, it's important that we recognize that diversity is not something we should try to hide. It's not something we should be afraid of. It should never be a bad word. In fact, yesterday I was at a financial conference with people from across the United States of America, and I was talking about, it's funny, in the last week I've had 2 different opportunities to talk about diversification from a financial perspective. And it's really made me think, and I've said this out loud now, that there's not a single person in the financial industry, not one, who will tell you, any person of value, who would tell you that you should put all of your money in one area. Not one. Anybody with any kind of common sense, and you don't need a degree for this in finance, will tell you that diversification is key in success. 100%. Diversification. It's like the most beloved word probably in finance. Why? Because you're going to lose if you put all your money in stocks or all your money in bonds. You're going to miss opportunities, right? And so why the word diversity, which is just an offshoot of diversification, is seen as a bad word by so many people today, makes absolutely no sense. It is frankly really stupid, and it leads to worse outcomes. So we should embrace diversification, and we should embrace diversity in the same way. Diverse boards have proven, they've proven that they drive better results. You get better alpha. You will make more money, and your products will sell better if a corporate board reflects its consumer base, which is not just vanilla, right? Well, there's lots of flavors in this, ice cream buffet. So not that I should compare people to ice cream, but everybody loves ice cream, and I love people. So when you think about how the diversity on a corporate board or the diversification in finances go hand in hand with each other. And so trying to recreate our country for something that it's not and it hasn't been for, a couple centuries just doesn't make any sense. So thank you all for being here, for celebrating these people who clearly make our country and our state work and make it better and represent, a large portion here of the Central Asia and just the whole Asian Pacific region we are proud to have you, not just in America, but certainly as Comptroller, who I have the pride and the honor and the privilege of representing over 12 million people in this state. Thank you for making Illinois a better state because of the work and your physical presence and your dedication to it. All right, so I'm going to say thank you to everyone else who came to support them, and thank you to our honorees who obviously shared their stories today. And, you know, it's just the truth that we're fully, I know I can speak for myself, and I think I'm speaking for everyone when I say that we are truly inspired by your dedication, by your selfless service to others, by preserving your culture while doing that and still being proud Americans. You can do both. It's really what is great about this country. I was born here. You're not going to find a prouder American. But I still love and treasure my parents' culture, which I then teach my son about on both sides, because I'm married to a guy who has never been to Poland, but still loves making pierogies as part of the family coming together and celebrating not just pierogies, but many other aspects of the Polish culture. At the end of the day, we're all Americans, but not forgetting where people came from. And I say this, it's not where you came from, but who you came from. That really, at the end of the day, is what makes this country the country that I am so proud to say is the one I love with all my heart. So the roads that you've paved for so many others will make it easier for those folks to then pave the way for that next generation. And it's going to make it easier for people to have a leg up and be able to succeed in our state. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your contributions. And I think now I'd like to ask for one last round of applause for our honorees today. They totally deserve it. And we'd like to take a group photo. So I'm going to ask you when we're done here, if we can come here, we'll take a group photo first with your certificates, and then we will take individual photos with each honoree and whoever you'd like to be in it. We could take an individual shot. We already took the individual, but I'm happy to take them with your family or your friends or whoever you'd like. Before we send everyone up to, are we going to the 10th floor, or where are we going? 10th floor, to enjoy some delicious treats that we have waiting from Chukwan Bakery. So please stick around. You can head over to the 10th floor if you don't want to be in a photo and get a leg up on the treats, or you can stick around if you want to be in a photo, and I'm happy to take as many as you guys want. All right, thank you for coming.